So for this final portion of our crash course on Google Classroom, for our part 5, all I'm going to do is just show you a couple more advantages and features of Google Classroom that we didn't get to through the other portions of the sessions. So one thing that's really cool about Google Classroom is that you can actually grade students directly through this site. So if we reference back the assignment that I had posted right over here, if I click on that assignment, I can actually see what students have gotten it done over here. On this side to the right where my mouse is, you'll be able to see all the students' work, their individual copies, if they're done, if they're not done, how much they've gotten done. You can review as they move on. And then over here, you can actually give them grades for their specific assignments if you feel comfortable doing that. So on this, I actually wrote down that Sally Johnson here got a 90 out of 100 on the specific assignment. And that's something that you would see over here. You would see all your students listed one on top of the other. And you can actually just click on the student, give them their grade, and you can even add a private comment that will only go to Sally Johnson. The other students won't be able to see this. So if you want to give them a grade and then provide more in detail feedback, that would be great, and something you could do through this private comment feature. So that's all on the student work portion of this assignment that we have here. If I go back to the crash course homepage right here, another feature other than adding grades is that you can actually invite co-teachers or special ed teachers to join you and be co-collaborators on your Google Classroom page. So I know that in my personal classroom, I have a co-teacher, I have a special ed co-teacher, and I normally like to share my Google Classrooms with her so that she can add to it, she can view student work, things like that. She has access to all the same things that I do. So what you can do is if we go up here to people, and under people you'll see the teacher names and the student names. Now this is where we normally add students if you'd like, but you can also add teachers here. So if you invite teachers, it says right here, they can do anything that you can on this site. They can view all the work, they can create an announcement, everything, but they can't delete the class because you're the creator of it. So this is something that's really great for people who do have that co-teaching model or have a special ed teacher in their room if they're in inclusion class and they want to share the work with them. So coming back to the homepage really quickly, another feature that's awesome that I didn't really touch on that much when I was talking about how to post assignments is that you can actually post questions on here. So if I wanted to create another assignment, I could write a question here. For example, what is your So if I just posted a simple question like that, you can actually choose if you want students to reply to each other, if students can edit their answers, if you'd like it to be a short answer question or maybe multiple choice, you can choose as many options as you'd like. It's completely up to you, and you can actually have this graded or you can have it ungraded. So something like this, adding a question, might be really great if you maybe want to add a video and have students discuss a specific video for a homework assignment or an in-class discussion. This is a really great tool to be able to have them do that. Another great feature about these assignments is that let's say that we have this question that we want to assign students, or if you have a certain assignment that you want to give specific students, you can actually just include specific students on this assignment and the other kids in the class won't see it. It's only the kids that you actually assign it to. So this feature, especially for the assignment, if I were to create a new assignment, it might be great if you have differentiated maybe writing passages or reading passages that you want students to respond to, or whatever it might be. You have specific grouping for if you do literature circles and each group has different question sets for their different books. This is something where you could add all the different question sets to Google Classroom and only assign them to the kids who are in those literature groups or in those groups that are reading or writing those specific genres or levels or activities. And the other students don't have access to it and they can't see it. So this is a really great tool if you'd like to do that and kind of give differentiated assignments to students, and instead of having just one whole class assignment for everybody. And finally, one last portion of Google Classroom, this is just an extra feature that I myself kind of began to research, is you can actually go outside of Google Classroom, research articles or readings, and attach them to Google Classroom as an assignment and maybe include a question with it. So for an example of that, I have over here Newsela, which is right up where my cursor is. This is my Newsela account, which Newsela, for those of you who aren't sure what it is, a lot of you might have this account, but Newsela is basically, and I have it in Spanish by accident, Newsela is actually just a site that provides differentiated reading passages on current events. So this one is just about a surfer that's riding a life-changing wave. So I have my own account on Newsela. It's completely free, and it's something that can pair really nicely with Google Classroom, especially if you do have some sort of current events class or want to include current events readings into your classroom for ELA or social studies. This is a great tool. So what you can actually do is you can actually go right here to tools. So it shows you the text level, the word count, everything. And if I go up to tools for this specific article and I would like to share it, it shows you all the places you can share. Google Classroom, Remind, email, Google+, everything you can share it on. And if you'd like to do Google Classroom, it actually takes you to your Google Classroom and it says what class you want to share it with. And if you would like to make an announcement, which would just be announcing this article, putting it out there for kids to read, they wouldn't need to edit, anything like that. You could put it as an announcement. You can make an assignment where they might have to read it and then respond to it directly on Newsela, or you could ask a question. So I'm going to pick ask a question for the purpose of this portion, and I'm going to go down to the right here and press go. So now I have this Newsela article attached that kids can just click on and they will be able to go right to the article. And then I can include a question here. And I can include a question, maybe I just want one question, maybe I want them to take something that they found was really interesting from the article. Really anything like that I can add to this question. I can add something like that and take an article directly from Newsela and just add it directly into the Google Classroom. So I just thought that was a really cool feature, another feature that you might want to use in your own classroom, and it can work for other sites that you can share from. But I just thought that was something that might be interesting for people who want to share articles like that with their whole class.